Hello, friends. So, let's get something out of the way first. The appearance of the creatures found in Peru and recently presented in the Mexican conference. Some called they're made of paper mache, the others call them made of gesso. But how can you conclude this without listening first to the research? For that reason, I made this video. It's called the Diatomea Earth. So we are used to seeing in high school the books showing preserved bodies of South America, just as you see over here. And the same on the Egyptian, they preserved the bodies, they embalmed the bodies, and the constitution of our body, the preservation that's caused by those chemicals, changes the color that we see. Like in the case over here in Egyptians, the mummies, we see they are in black. The black coloration caused by the chemicals of the preservation, it turns our skin a different color. And then we're presented with this. But if you look closely, you can see this white powder around the area of the eye and actually spreading the entire body. This is the Diatomea Earth. But what is the Diatomea Earth? Located in Peru between Palpa and Nazca, in the region that's desertic and amid of the mountains. That's where the tomb raiders found this tunnel that led them to galleries, amazing galleries made of megalithic rocks. And those megalithic rocks and those saloons, those big rooms, they found those huge rock-made boxes. Inside those boxes, it was full of this weird white powder. And what was inside that white powder? Body parts, organic parts, biological remains of creatures. That's what they found inside. And of course they removed one by one, and that's what we have. We have a skull over here that you can see that there is this white powder. It's weird, it's spread all over. Let's go over a little bit of what is this white powder. But I would like to say over here that the more manipulation and the longer they were exposed to oxygen, this white powder changed color to a yellowish kind of white color. So this white powder that we see here is what's called the Diatomea Earth. It's actually used nowadays to kill insects. The Diatomea Earth is made from fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms. Their skeletons, which is the leftover, they're made of a natural substance called, guess what? Silica. No, that's why we have the white color. Over a long period of time, the diatoms accumulated in the sediment of rivers, streams, lakes, and oceans. To this day, they're harvested, and it's called the diatomaceous earth. In the case of ancient findings, the chemical analysis of the white powder demonstrate the addition of cadmium chloride. So, here's the thing. The chemical composition of the Diatomea Earth found in nature is what we have over here. Now, when they analyzed the same white powder of those creatures, they found something else. They found signs of chemical manipulation, because they found the addition of this very toxic chemical element called cadmium chloride. The cadmium chloride is being used by humans for over 200 years ago, and not almost 1,500 years ago, which is the carbon-14 results of those beings came in question 1500 years ago they've been inside that box, exposed to that white powder. So of course they would be of a different coloration. You can see over here on a close-up of the hand how we can see this, that the white powder sticks to their skin and it becomes like a crust. Now this is caused by the cadmium chloride, because the powder itself, the diatomaceous earth powder, does not cause that. See, the diatomaceous earth removed all the possible residual liquids, water that existed in the environment. The cadmium chloride helped stick to the body, and therefore they actually so well preserved. The state of preservation was such that they found all the internal organs. You see over here in a computed tomography that you see this masses and those little holes. Okay, this is because some areas there were more cadmium chloride than the others, and that's why you see that it looks like a glue spread all over. But in fact, this is the mix of the white powder. You see a close-up over here of the eye, orbicular area, and over here the upper trunk. We have the shoulder connected to the what we call in ourselves the clavicle. In the biological description of the biologist, we have what's called the fork, which is the union, which would be the clavicle bone of us, and that we have in birds and reptiles. It's called the fork. Let's move on over here, and we have also objects such as rocks found in one of the boxes. And you can see over here, this is a simple rock. It's a simple rock, and you can find residuals of that powder in that rock. It's a sculpture rock. Over here we have another sculpture rock. It's very suggestive, isn't it? Okay, here's a close-up of the skin of the chest in one of these creatures. Now, the exposition to the oxygen, to air, has been already, set for a while, so since they were found. So now the color, it became more like a yellowish color, but you can still see residuals of powder on the chest area of this body. Over here also the same thing, removing that white powder, you have the skin. Here is another representation of one of them. Amazing, right? And here we go. Another amount. You see around the orbicular area how there is a lot of powder in that area over there that actually got stuck because it's actually a cavity. There are regions on the skull that we're gonna go on the next video just talking about the skull. And also over here towards the bottom you see the amount of that you can see is spread also on the surface of the table because it keeps falling off. So I hope that explains the reason of why the coloration is the way it is. I took the opportunity to add this video that you see right now. So just so you can see on the exam table, on the paper that they put on there, that there is a bunch of white powder on the paper. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you're more curious about this, don't miss the opportunity to watch and rent the tridactyls. It was a lot of work into making that. It's available. The link, it's on the description. The next video is going to be about the skulls. We're going to go on covering all the possible items regarding the beings of Peru found in Nazca, ancient findings, to include all of them, okay, including the hands, the brains that were found, dissecated as well. Thank you so much for watching again. Hey, subscribe, put a like for us. Thank you.